Alright guys, welcome back. So, yesterday we took a look at planes. And, simply put, a plane is a flat surface. And if you're making a drawing that's only shapes, your planes will be called squares. Or can be called squares. You can pick. So this is only two-dimensional drawing, okay? It only has height, it only has width. If you have a 3D, sorry, I'm going to put 2D drawing over there. If you have a 3D drawing, all right, you have height, you have width, but you also have, and I'm going to use a diagonal line to kind of show it, depth. So you have far and near. And your plane can still be, same, the horizontal and vertical lines that form this plane are still the same length, but you could also have one that goes back. Look at that. This guy's going back in space. Or this guy right here going back in space. So what we're going to do today, see these are planes, is we are going to assemble these planes into a cube. So, nice line there. So you guys were doing your cubes. You had your near plane. You had your diagonal lines, all parallel hopefully. And then you had your far plane. And in this system, your near plane and far plane should be as close to the same as possible. This is flawed. When you do a drawing like this, look at that. So it's like if this were like a house, okay, that's the siding. All right, you see the siding I put on this? The slats, it's like panel, 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 panel. The deal is, if we were facing that dead on, okay, it would look like this. Perspective is your way of organizing your lines and telling the viewer how they relate to each other. And we did a very good job of that in last week's drawing. So, for this week, in 1 point perspective, okay, it starts just the same. You set your main plane. All right, and then to figure out, how it goes back in space, you're going to set a dot, and you, with the straightest possible line you can, are going to connect, diagonal lines, DIA, in point perspective become rays. Okay, because diagonal lines all parallel. Rays converge on the vanishing point. Put in parentheses, VP. Vanishing point is right here. Notice that I am ghosting my lines before I draw them. So right now I have one surface right here. We're going to make this, we'll just make this the face. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop in this vertical line is parallel to this vertical line. It tells me that, okay, here's my new face. All right, these rays, just forget about them. And then this horizontal line, these two lines are parallel, and here's another face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw through. You learn more when you draw through, so if you're interested in learning more, draw through. And then this line right here should converge, if done correctly, to the vanishing point. A lot of information here. Maybe I should go back over and superimpose a few of these lines carefully so that my viewer can spend more time appreciating my work and less time trying to figure out which lines are important and which lines are like my construction lines or the lines I don't really need. I call this direct perspective because all of the rays go directly to the vanishing point. If you know what you're doing, you can get a lot done with direct perspective. What I want to encourage you guys to do is instead of direct perspective, okay, not instead, but it's a modification. Modify, right? Achieve. So you've got your plane. I'm going to try to set the vanishing point in roughly the same place. We've got our vanishing point. But instead of having them converge directly on the vanishing point, rays converge on the vanishing point, we're going to have them converge near the vanishing point. So we've got this straight line, and this straight line. And so the thing is, if these lines went out forever, you know, somewhere off the screen here, they would hit. That's the new convergent point. And then we are going to vertical line, pick up that horizontal line, vertical and horizontal have to intersect. There we go, vertical, horizontal, diagonal. Look at that, look at all that information. And what you're going to notice is if you do a lot of boxes, which you should, but you know, only as many as, you know, you don't want to, you know, make yourself hate drawing or anything. But what you're going to find is if you use this soft, we're going to use P for perspective, soft P and direct P, there's less distortion. So we're going to talk about distortion more tomorrow because we're going to look at some pictures. What I want you guys to do is I want you to have a sheet of paper and I want you to spend some time on this. And I want you to draw 10 one-point perspective boxes. And you can change the vanishing point if you want. It doesn't have to be the same vanishing point. So you could set a vanishing point, and let's see. Sometimes when drawings are small, I don't know, it's hard to tell if they're good or bad, so bear with me. So you could have all of your... You could even look at this as direct perspective, and you could have two boxes going, you know, cheat that in right there. Look at that. You could have them all going to the same perspective, or, you know, drawings can have multiple vanishing points. That's the thing. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You could have a box down here and say, oh, I want the vanishing point to be there. Just make sure you're using the vanishing point. Don't wing it yet, okay? Winging it, here's a winger. Pointing is when you just kind of like, this feels good right over here. And I purposely did that really sloppy to kind of discourage you guys. But, you know, I'm an honest, authentic teacher, so I'll let you know that once you get good enough at this, you really won't have to plot out a vanishing point every time. So, I really hope that you enjoyed this little demonstration. I hope you guys are enjoying that. I'm trying to keep these demos under 10 minutes. I'm trying to, you know, keep it concentrated, not talk too much. And don't forget to post and comment. Have a great day.